Uh, Thank you so much for joining me. I'm getting my simulcast on, so I am broadcasting on Instagram under Monae Artistry, as well as on Facebook. What's up, Instagram? Hey, Facebook. Uh, my name is Monae Everett. I am a celebrity hairstylist, public speaker, author, and educator. I am thankful to everyone that chose to tune in. Tonight, we're going to be talking about episodes 3 and 4 of To Catch a Beautician. It comes on Monday nights on VH1, and it's hosted by hair extraordinaire Johnny Wright, as well as Tamar Braxton. So hopefully some of you guys have gotten to tune into the show and see it. First off, before we even really break it down, I need to know who's in here and where you guys are from and how many hairstylists we have in the house. I know I gotta have some hairstylists in the house. Let me see. Any hairstylists? Any hairstylists? You know what? Facebook, I think I am on the wrong page. I need to share it. Shadia, I see you. Brace Face, I see you. So tell me where you guys are watching from. I like to give folks just a second to come in the room, but you know, I'm not going to really hold this up forever because we're going to get this party started. I also like to ask questions and see where you guys are so that I can see if there's any delay happening. You know, trust me, everything is for
I need
a
to
reason.
share it.
Shadia, I see you. Brace Face, I see you. If you have a moment, please make sure to share this with your audience. Let them know that we're going to be talking all things fun, hair related, and about that new show, To Catch a Beautician. So I'm going to tell you guys that there is definitely a thing to it, to simulcasting both on Instagram and Facebook. It is not as easy as one would think, so we got to make sure everybody is able to see it. Once again, my name is Monae Everett. I'm a celebrity hairstylist, author, public speaker, and all of that good stuff. But let's get into it. I got my notes up, and I am ready to go. So episode 3, which aired Monday night on VH1, once again, we're discussing To Catch a Beautician, which is hosted by hair extraordinaire Johnny Wright and Tamar Braxton. Episode number 3 was called Hide Your Edges, Hide Your Leave Out. Now, you know they wrong for that. You know they wrong for naming it that. So the client's name is Celeb, and the artist's name was Stephanie, you know, like a cool way to say Stephanie. Hello, everybody checking in. Let me tell you what the show is about, actually, before I get into it. So To Catch a Beautician is a show hosted by Johnny Wright, Tamar. What they do is a client comes to them and say, hey, my hair has been jacked up. Please help me fix my hair. So Johnny and Tamar talk to the client. They get their side of the story. They ask the client, well, what is it you were going for? What did the stylist tell you? How have you maintained your hair since you left? Then they invite the stylist, and unbeknownst to the stylist, it's a surprise. The stylist believes that they have been invited to come in and train under Johnny Wright as a hairstylist in his multicultural salon in LA. So then Johnny ambushes the stylist like, hey, here's some of your good work, but I also found this picture of some of your not so good work. And then they bring out the other client. The client says, hey, you jacked up my hair. The stylist gives their point of view, and then Johnny gives them some training to be able to style their hair better and differently for the next time, and then there's a reveal at the end. Okay, so this week's episode was Hide Your Edges, Hide Your Leave Out. The client Celeb is a singer. He comes in. He had requested a really long weave with a part up the center. While I'm talking, can y'all give me some hearts and stuff? If you're on Facebook, share it. It's really important to give out those hearts and stuff so Instagram and Facebook know that I'm saying something worth hearing. I changed my broadcast time this week to 8 o'clock on Thursday in observation of Blackout Tuesday. So, you know, get the viewers up for me. If you're on Facebook, please share. Please share. So Celeb comes in and he's saying, oh, Stephanie messed up my hair. Stephanie ripped out my hairline. Stephanie made my hair fall out. And all I asked for was this nice weave, but I did not get this nice weave. My hair is falling apart. Get Stephanie together. Okay. His weave that he requested was a center part, and he wanted his hair to blend into it. Stephanie, she did the weave, but there was a lot of little small hairs hanging out of the weave. And when they went through Celeb's hair, they could see bald spots. Hey, Rachel. Hey, C. Parker. Hey, guys. They could see bald spots. And once again, Celeb is charging the hairstylist burned out their hair. They get Stephanie in there and they're having conversations with her. And Stephanie seems like the sweetest young woman ever. Come to find out, Stephanie is not licensed and she's taking clients. So she's really a kitchen beautician. Now listen, I know y'all want me to come in here and slay and lay out these kitchen beauticians, but I'm not going to do that because we all started somewhere and quiet is kept. A lot of your faves who are working with celebs are not licensed either. You do not have to be licensed to work on set. You only have to be licensed if you're giving haircuts and if you are giving chemical services. That is not my opinion on whether or not they should be. It's simply a statement of fact. Once again, can I get some hearts if you like what I'm talking about? If you're on Instagram, make sure to give me some hearts. Facebook, give me some hearts, and also share this out. I'm using the show To Catch a Beautician as a platform to give us hairstylists ways of talking about things that happen in the salon and finding better ways to handle it next time. The first thing I noticed about Celeb's hair, and many of you who are in the salon or many of you who take clients have probably been in this situation. Celeb had a heavily receding hairline. And he had a lot of breakage on the top. A center part is never going to do anything but embarrass a client with these specific hair needs. So you want to lead your client into another hairstyle. And Stephanie said, Stephanie, because I want to get her name right, actually said that she told him that she recommended a side part. So Instagram, I'm going to tell you, if you have any questions, make sure you put it in the question part next to the comments, because I'll be able to click on it and bring your name up and everyone will be able to see your question or your comment. Facebook, make sure just put them in your comments so I can see them. And I will be able to see them. So the first issue, the first mess up is clients ask you for stuff that is not good for them. If this hairstyle is not good for them, don't do it. This hairstyle of a center parts are probably so popular because they're absolutely aspirational. Most people cannot wear a center part. You have to have a full leave out for a center part. So remember, up here it was thinning and back here was receding. I really appreciated the way Johnny handled the situation. He heard what both people had to say and then called in a trichologist who studies hair. So this is like a specialized version of a dermatologist. You can also be a hairstylist who becomes a trichologist, which means you study how hair grows and where it grows and stuff like that. So Johnny is really doing his due diligence to make sure that these clients are being properly cared for. And I want to make sure to say her name. Jacqueline Tarrant came in. She's a trichologist, and she gave him the news that he did not want to hear, which was, baby, you have male pattern baldness. There is nothing really Stephanie could have done to save his hair because his hair was already coming out. The hairline was back here. I also appreciated that Johnny decided to come up with a really simple pattern for teaching Stefani how to work with a client like this in the future. And they decided to do a straight back braided pattern and do a 360 do a 360 lace front. Okay, so that meant that they were able to cheat his hairline and bring it up a little bit. And you know, when I looked at this episode, all I could think was, Celeb, baby, I heard you talking about that album coming out, and I really hope that you're an amazing singer. I hope you got the chops and the skills. I think this was just a way for Celeb to get on TV, and he was trying to bring his homegirl Stefani with him. And Stefani, I don't think she had been told about what was happening. She seemed like a really sweet girl who was really caught off guard. I was hopeful at the end that they were going to point her to the direction of becoming a licensed cosmetologist. I tell people this all the time. If you do not care about what you do, other people won't. And lack of licensure signifies to other people that what you're doing is a hobby, not something that you really love. So it's really important to get out there, get licensed, do extended education, continue to learn every day. So many techniques and stuff come out. So continue to learn every day, and never take education for granted. Okay? Continue to learn what you can. Cosmetology is not this easy throwaway program that a lot of people think it is. Let's see if we got anything going on Instagram. Once again, on Instagram, if you have any questions or anything you want to add to the conversation, go ahead and add what you want to say. Make sure to put it in a little box. Okay. Let's see what else. So episode 4, I think I'm noticing the thing about the way To Catch a Beautician works is the first episode is kind of like, I don't know, let's see. And then the second episode, they bring the drama. Okay. So this episode, the client's name is Tiffany and the hairstylist is Jiva. Tiffany then decided she wanted to get her Beyonce on. Tiffany's gone to Jiva. She found her, I believe, on Craigslist. Now, let me tell you something. Back in the day, I used to list myself on Craigslist because I was trying to get into production. You never know who you will meet. So I'm not even going to go in on Tiffany finding a hairstylist on Craigslist, because every now and again you get a diamond in the rough, but it's very much you don't know what you're going to get. So it's probably better to go to websites specifically for hairstylists. If you're looking for one, it's probably better to go to get referrals, to go to a salon, anything other than just Craigslist, especially in 2020. So Tiffany comes in, she says, hey, I'm NPR, I'm doing interviews, I'm doing red carpets, I'm trying to get my Beyonce on. You know, she was ready, on and popping. So she goes to Jiva for a crochet. Now listen, I don't want to make y'all mad, but this picture that they showed of Queen Bee, this is clearly a sew-in weave. In my opinion, I don't see any type of crochet anything, but you know, whatever, she decides she want to get her crochet. Jiva does the crochet on her, and she said, and Tiffany said she used 3 pounds of hair on her. Let me break this down. A bundle is normally 4 ounces of hair. A bundle is normally 4 ounces of hair. A regular schmegular person generally does 2 bundles of hair. So that's 8 ounces, okay? On occasion, somebody wants really long hair. They want to get their diva on. We're talking 3 bundles. That's 12 ounces. So for those of you who are not math whiz, there are 16 ounces in 1 pound, okay? Johnny pulled that hair out and said he had 3 pounds of hair in his head. That means that they had, I don't know, I was getting ready to do the math, more than 6 times the amount of hair needed. Yikes. The problem with putting way too much weave in is that you can rip somebody's hair out, traction alopecia. The hair is too heavy. While you're watching, can I get some hearts? Can you guys tell me where you're watching from? Can I get some questions, some likes? Y'all got to let me know if you like what I'm talking about. You know, hairstylists, there's so much going on in our industry, and I'm really hoping to just bring some light, make it a little bit more fun, and talk about some other things. But, you know, there will be question and answer at the end of this, so I would be very, very happy to answer any questions that you guys have, especially hair industry related. Okay, so Jiva comes into the salon. Jiva's rocking her own crochet hairstyle. You know, I've told you guys I refuse to go in on the hairstylist on here. Hairstylists got to unite, so I'm not here for embarrassing any hairstylists. She's talking to Johnny, and she seems very demure as well, just like Stephanie earlier seemed very demure. Like, they seem like really nice women who really are there to simply make their clients happy. And Jiva was not here for the way Tiffany was talking to her. Jiva really felt like like Tiffany was being mean to her. She felt like it was a misunderstanding and they could have discussed it, which is the same way Stephanie felt about her good friend Celeb dragging her on the show. And it's a little sad because I don't want to see anybody get embarrassed when they come on the show. So Jiva got so mad when she was confronted about this. She was telling Johnny she had been working for 30 years. So then when they run out of the back and they're like, surprise, you know, this is the client that you've jacked up. Jiva sat there and with pride took as much as she can. And then I could like literally see it grow across her face. Like, you got me effed up. She was telling Tiffany, like, I understand you were not happy, but you do not need to be mean to me. The way you talked to me was unacceptable. And she got up and walked out. And Tamar and Johnny had to run down the street and have a meeting with her outside. I said, I guess Jiva said, what I'm not here for is you embarrassing me. What I'm not here for is you acting like I don't have any skill. Jiva said that Tiffany requested 10 bundles of hair in her head. 10 bundles. That is a lot of hair. And not only is it a lot of hair, not only do you risk looking weird or like the Cowardly Lion with all of this hair, it can also cause traction alopecia and rip your hair out from the scalp. Eee, eee. Nobody wants to deal with that. So it appears what happened is Jiva tried to make her happy by doing what she requested, and she should not have listened to this client. This client still was unhappy. Yes, Camilla, I do love the fact that they give lessons. That is the most important part. So now once they were able to get everybody all calmed down, Johnny pulls Jiva and gives her a lesson on how to crochet. I love that Johnny is bringing in other professionals to the show because it's highly likely that Johnny doesn't crochet, or that Johnny doesn't crochet often, or that he is just point blank sharing his platform with other professionals. There are so many of us that are talented out here, and it's wonderful that he's sharing. So the young lady comes in, and so sorry, her name just escaped me. It's not in my notes. She comes in, she teaches Jiva how to crochet, and she taught her like the 2020 version of crocheting, not the back in the day where you just looped it and knotted it and the hair was just there. She showed her how to double knot it, hide the knots and all of that good stuff. So she really showed her a technique that is going to be beneficial for upcoming jobs and things of that nature. And I just thought it was interesting because Jiva certainly seemed to be a hairstylist of a certain age. And I know that it's very difficult when you are settled in your ways, doing things a certain way, to change it up. So I really want to shout out Jiva. Oh, I didn't say anything about the final look for Celeb. Okay, so I'm going to come back to that. So Jiva had apologized to Tiffany. Jiva had even offered Tiffany a refund that Tiffany, I believe, turned down. It's important to build a relationship on both sides with a client and a stylist. I'm really happy they were able to come together at the end. I did like Tiffany's final style. I appreciated in the show that they that they kept it within her budget, because if she wanted to look like Beyonce, they could have got her a human hair weave and colored her bundles and things of that nature. But Johnny and Tamar was like, you paid for a crochet, you're gonna leave here with a crochet. We're not investing in it. We're not investing in that. Okay, so I liked her final look, and to go back to episode 3, so Lair's look I liked, and I did feel a little bad for him that he wanted a look that he wasn't able to achieve, and that's the business. Sometimes it's simply that way. Sometimes a client asks for something and you're not able to achieve that look for them. That's simply what it is. Okay, Facebook, I see some questions coming in. Oh my goodness, I missed a lot. I'm happy y'all are joining in. Brittany, I'm happy you're enjoying the information. Hey, Rhea. Hey, Stephanie. Rhea, you say this show is problematic. Tell me what you don't like about the show. Hey, Takaya. You co-sign it, Trina. Hello, hello. Yes, Stephanie Malone, right? So, yes, one bundle weighs about 4 ounces. So, remember back in the day when weaves became more popular and people were coming into the salon for them, they generally would bring in 2 bundles and you blend it in the leave out. So imagine them bringing in 3 bundles, like, so now we're doing that. So I like to explain the difference. A lot of people see your fave with 6 or 7 bundles. First off, you got to really know what you're doing to be able to find space on the head to put that many bundles. Secondly, the regular person needs bouncy, moving hair. It can't be very heavy and rip out on them. When you're on stage, you need really heavy hair that moves and falls back in the same space. Moves and falls, because if it doesn't move and fall back in the same place, it can look frizzy. So it's 2 different needs, and that's why, like, a lot of these Instagram folks out here are wearing all this hair, and a lot of people say looking crazy. And I also want to bring out Stephanie not being licensed. I liken her not being licensed to clients going to your favorite Instagrammer or YouTuber. Y'all know I got a YouTube channel, 200 videos on there at Monae Artistry. I am not against kitchen beauticians or Instagrammers or YouTubers. I even teach classes at the Monae Life. I want everybody to learn things, but you're not a professional if you don't know how to do all hair textures. Stephanie seemed that she was having some difficulty with her hairline. So when she encountered somebody else having difficulty, she just simply was not able to accommodate. But we all live and learn, guys. Do not give up on educating yourselves. These classes are super important to take. So keep taking more classes, keep learning new things. Just like when they worked with the second hairstylist, Jiva, they updated crochets. I remember crochet being the things in the 90s. But I never wore them because I didn't like them. You could see every, all the knots and stuff, and I wasn't here for it. But girl, there are some amazing crochets out now. Okay, you're trying to figure out if this show is helping us or shaming the client. Honestly, Rhea, what I see thus far, it seems to be both. So the first episode and the third episode, in my opinion, they were out for fame. Like the very first person, I forgot her name, was this big Zumba instructor who appeared to have done a lot of body augmentation, so she likes all eyes on her. And then the third episode was Celeb, who got an album dropping. And you know, all publicity is good publicity when you want people watching you. And I really think that they attempted to bring their hairstylist on to give their hairstylist some publicity. In both of their cases, I think Johnny did an amazing job showing both sides of the story. So sometimes you get hot with clients and it's just not a good mix. It could be personality. It could be that they want something that's not possible or something that you're unable to get. Either way, it ain't gonna work. So Celeb, I really think he brought Stefani. Hey Carla, I really think Celeb brought Stefani because, like he said, that's his really good friend. She's been doing his hair for years. He really liked her. I think he knew she wasn't licensed. And I think he was like, okay, well, if we go on this show, who knows? Maybe they'll give you a cosmetology scholarship. Or, like, you're my friend, I want to share this situation with you. I have not really seen anything that was really damaging. Now, that first episode, God, I keep seeing the girl's name in my head and can't remember it. Keisha, I remember, was her hairstylist. And Keisha, I've seen all up and through Instagram. She is pissed. But I needed Keisha to understand overall, people agree with you. That client was let me get my professional. That client was very challenging, and maybe it wasn't a good fit for that client and stylist to continue to work together. Okay. Yes, I mean, sometimes some people just don't work. Remember, Instagram, if y'all got any questions, throw them in the box. I see Miss Julie is here. Many people know her from Essence Magazine. I know she's now at Condé Nast making big moves. Stand up, stand up. Hand clap for Miss Julie. Happy to see you. If anybody else has any questions, please throw them in. I need you guys to throw some likes in there, throw some hearts in there if you're on Instagram, because that's the only way Instagram knows that you guys like what I'm talking about, and that's the only way they tell more people I'm talking. Once again, if you're on Instagram, please put any questions or comments that you want to say in the comment box. And you know, Miss Julie, I'm always down for if you want to jump on. Let me see if I can send you a request. She might get mad though. I hate calling people out. But Miss Julie, if you're down to come on and you got an opinion, you know, we are always here for that. I love having pop-on guests. Last week, if you didn't get to see, Johnny Wright, the host of the show, jumped on, and I gave him all of his kudos. I really believe Johnny is just carrying this show. He is doing all of the really hard work. Tamar gets to be like the good friend to kiki with, and Johnny is, you know, really working with the hairstylist, really explaining what is going on and teaching them something new. That first show had me hot for the hairstylist in the show. The client was lying. Rhea Pettyway is ready to go in. Rhea, go in, girl. Tell me how you feel. Yes, I do not believe that first client was honest in her situation. Let me see if I can bring up her name, because I hate that I just keep calling her first client. What was the little name? Let me see. What was the little name? Taylor. Yeah, Taylor left a lot of people hot and upset. So someone is asking me, it's better if you put your question in the question mark box, but she says, what products can help grow alopecia? I'm going to tell you what you don't want to hear. Alopecia itself means hair loss. That is literally what the word means. But hair loss comes from different things. So you can have traction alopecia, like your hair was ripped out, braided too tight. You can have a chemical burn that led to alopecia. You can have genetic alopecia. There's a lot of different regions. Alopecia just means the hair is no longer connected to you, okay? Unfortunately, there really aren't any products that bring it back. I have heard of people going to dermatologists and getting steroid shots, going to a trichologist to see what's really wrong. Treating alopecia is not something that generally hairstylists can do. We would want to recommend things like products for de-cleansing your scalp, de-cleansing your hair, for getting rid of bacteria and or fungus on your scalp, which can lead to alopecia. But unfortunately, there really are not products that fix it. It would hurt my heart to tell you, oh, go buy this product, go buy that product, it'll fix it, and it really doesn't. I've got a fine hairline, and I've learned to just, you know, I don't bother my hairline don't bother me. I don't bother it and it stays there. I bothers it, it might go away. Leave the hairline alone. Don't pull on it tight. Avoid a lot of chemicals. A lot of simple things can help you save it when you notice hair loss is occurring. However, baby, when it's gone, it's gone. Okay, once again, I didn't see who in here are my hairstylists, because I'm wondering if we need to switch this to a private conversation about what's been going on in the industry. But, you know, ain't no reason for me to put myself out there if y'all not ready to talk, you know. Let me know, hairstylists. Let me know if y'all want to talk. Let me know who my real hairstylists are, and let me know where you are watching me from. Now it's time for some kitchen table talk, so feel free to invite others. Share this on Facebook. Let me get some likes on Instagram. Once again, I'm Monae Everett. I am a celebrity hairstylist, author, and public speaker, as well as educator. I like teaching people stuff. I have been working for over 20 years, and I like to use this as a platform to educate others an open general conversation for hairstylists about some of the trials and tribulations in our industry and within the salon. Yes, so Takaya is saying she has the same problem with her hairline. Dia is watching from Memphis. Rhea, hairstylist here. Woo woo! Hairstylist, where you at? I see Bouquet on Instagram, hairstylist. So, right, I always forget about the two cameras, and I like to give y'all the likes, but then I think I'm putting way too much in the face of my Facebook folks, so I can't keep doing that. But that's okay. So I see another hairstylist joining. Dia is asking, do you have any suggestions for dry scalp and oily hair? For dry scalp, believe it or not, most of the time when people have dry scalp, it's because when they are cleansing their hair, they're not fully rinsing products out. So I would recommend a pre-poo, like a vinegar and water rinse. So 2 parts water, 1 part vinegar, sprayed on your scalp. Really, really rub it in. It's a pre-poo. The point is to bring everything off your scalp and rinse it way, way longer than you think you should. Vinegar will help to bring your scalp to the proper pH balance. It will also get rid of bacteria and fungus. Both of those are awesome. And believe it or not, it's such a deep cleanser. It'll take oil off the hair. Many times oil on the hair is just a product buildup. Take way, way longer to rinse out your hair than you think you should. If you continuously have issues with a dry scalp, flaky scalp, flakes in the hair, oily hair, your hair may be really thick and you may need to separate it into sections and really rinse it. Okay, here, hello, from Toronto, here is Simone. I see you, boo. Rhea from Cincinnati. Okay, I'm seeing some questions. Oh, now look, my eyes ain't good enough for this. Okay. She says, hi, I'm a cosmetology student, and I want to know how I can become a celebrity hairstylist. Y'all, I did not make that question up. I swear for God, she asked me. If you're on Instagram, you see she asked me. The first thing you want to do if you want to become a celebrity hairstylist is find someone working within that field. Hi, guys. I work within that field in case you're looking for anyone. And you want to watch their work. You want to see the type of work that they do and see if that's what you like. You also want to start looking up the types of work that exists. So major thing most people don't know, there's only 2 types of work, print work and film work. I do majority print work. I also teach classes at themonaelife.com, which allow you to get instant access in my class. So you want to be an editorial hairstylist. I teach the differences. I'll give you some tips and suggestions. So if you're watching, I'm going to give you some tips and suggestions to tell you what the difference is. So print work are photo shoots, magazine shoots, music videos, runway shows, commercials, things of that nature, because the most lasting thing from that is a print. Film work is films that you see on TV, episodics like Law and Order and things of that nature, theater productions, and YouTube videos and stuff can get caught between both of them. Union work, there are only 2 unions, one on the East Coast and one in LA. In my class, so you want to be an editorial hairstylist, which is found at themonaelife.com. I explain the differences. I even get into the different types of work required for both and how to get involved with both. Another tip I'll give you is learn to assist. If you assist, you get a lot of the on-the-job lessons, a lot of the soft skills that are needed to become a celebrity hairstylist. Many people think it's all about the hard skill, and I'm going to tell you, with love, a lot of your actual styling skill could use a little bit of an overhaul, but it's easier to teach someone better styling skills than it is to teach them the soft skills, the marketing, the business acumen, and the etiquette related to working on set. Hey, Keisha Boo, I see you. Hey, Mia Farrell. Hey, Stacy B, I see you. We all need to thank Stacy B because Stacy B got me up on this show and was like, hey, Monae, are you watching it? I need to hear your opinion. So I'm happy she did. What other questions do we have going tonight? I only got one question on my Instagram. Instagram's the best place to ask questions because I can see it. Yes, let me get those hearts so that people know I'm talking about something. Any other questions on Facebook? What are you guys doing during the quarantine? What are you doing to set up yourself for success? Are you thinking about what your goals will be? Are you thinking about what you want to do when outside opens back up? And I'm asking it, don't tell me, oh, outside is opening back up. I'm getting to go back into the salon. There's a really, really high chance that we may get put on punishment again. Really high chance we may have to quarantine again. So maybe you can take this time to think about what you really want to do in the beauty industry. Think about some different things and what success means to you. This would be a great time to start working on that. This would be a great time to start researching things. I can't see those questions on Instagram. You got to put it in that question box with the comment. I wish y'all could see my setup. Let me tell you, look, I'm trying to be cool and stuff now. Like, Bay has built me this cute background. Do y'all like this background? It's like new for me. Trying something new, new foundation. I tried El Maquillage today. Might be a better match, you know. We'll see. Then I got my light, and in between the light, I got my, okay, so right in front of me is the computer where I'm talking to you guys on Facebook. Then I have the light right behind that. Then right behind that, the phone. So sorry, I keep reaching over Facebook to get to Instagram. What other questions do we have for me? I mean, I'm cool with making this a shorter. I'm cool with making this a shorter video if you want. Hey, Nay Gray, how are you? Thank you for joining. Once again, because I see you guys asking, yes, my classes are available for instant access. I also do one-on-one consultations at themonaelife.com. If somebody could type that in, that would be so helpful. Okay, Rhea on Facebook is asking, are you coming to Premiere at Orlando? I'd love for you to come. I'm guessing. I don't know if I'm going to Premiere Orlando. I would love to teach at Premiere Orlando. If you know the right person to reach out to, I'd love to. Or maybe you can suggest to them that they need to bring me on. I don't know if you guys are noticing, but there is a major uproar going on in the world, which has lent itself to the beauty industry, and we're starting to shake the table on them. You know, a lot of us are amazing hairstylists who simply are not getting access to major platforms like shows like Premiere and others. You know, I'm not going to drag them on here because I'm happy that changes are coming, but let them know, yes, I would absolutely love to. I'm going to stop and sip some tea before I say too much. Question, do you feel there's diversity for hairstylists in the union? Simone, I see you, girl. So Monae Everett is not a member of the union. My work is predominantly in film, so I would never want to misspeak because I do not represent them. I did, however, get interviewed for multiple magazines, including O Magazine, where we were discussing Black talent feeling as though there are not people who are able to style their hair on sets. Many times I am working with the talent and they need to go shoot a TV show or a TV appearance, and they bring me, they'd rather pay my full rate than to work with the artists who are on set. So, you know, that leads me to believe there is not enough diversity on sets. That leads me to believe that the average Black talent does not feel that they could walk into a hair and makeup room and get up out of their chair and feel better or look better than they did before they sat down. This is not okay. Once again, I strongly advocate for being able to style all hair textures of hair and being able to beat a face with all complexions. You cannot call yourself a professional if you can't style all hair textures or do all makeup. The doors are closed to people who don't know how to find the information. Google is your friend. I am your friend. There are many teachers out there, especially right now, doing education to help you get over any fears or frustrations you may have about styling hair that doesn't look like your own, or getting to another level. If you want to work on different parts of the industry, now is the time to reach out to people. Doors are opening. I've been here. I've been teaching for years. I want to continue to teach. It is an absolute passion of mine to expand my reach so that other hairstylists know the importance of styling all hair textures, that they can style to photographic perfection, because you know I'm here for the photo shoots. And also, I advocate for diversity and inclusion within the beauty industry, and I do a lot of public speaking on that, even going into major corporations and discussing how people are discriminated against because of how they wear their hair. So yeah, there's a lot to go into this. Hey, Nay says Miss Beverly is proud of you, and this is a great platform. Oh, thank you, boo. Thank you, boo. You know, I'm always excited for any compliment I get. Okay, I see a question on Instagram. I'm sorry, Facebook, I gotta reach over you. Let's see. I hope it's a good one. Okay. Rhoda wants to know, when is your next event? So Rhoda, I'm doing these talks every Tuesday. I know it's Thursday. Every Tuesday at 8 p.m. we're going to go over to Catch a Beautician and use that as a launching platform to talk about what's going down in the hair industry. I have classes available at themonaelife.com, and you get instant access as well as free resources at themonaelife.com. And I also offer one-on-one consultations whenever you're ready. I had quite a few bookings scheduled before Corona said, no ma'am. Okay.